Good morning, beloveds. So, November has dawned, wet and cold. It's not actually really cold. It's a 64 degrees out there, but apparently I had no idea that it was even gonna rain today. I don't know how I missed that memo. Um, and I got up and I was like, is it raining? Um, it wasn't raining, so we went ahead and went out for a walk, and then it started to rain, so we ended up shortening the walk. But one of the things that I'd wanted to do, because since I've been on light duty for exercise, there's this particular neighborhood where there's a winged elm tree, and I love this tree. I adore this tree. It's a wonderful tree. I hadn't seen it in almost a month, and so I was like, so we did do that part, and as we're coming out of that neighborhood and back into ours, it started to rain. And so we were like, well, I guess we're going to cut this short and go home. So, it is what it is. Okay, I'm going to put my glasses on because my eyes are messy. And I find it interesting that we're starting November, which is the month that Thanksgiving is in, with the title is Thanksgiving. So, our first quote is, "Rejoice evermore, pray without ceasing, in everything give thanks, for this is the will of God concerning you." And that is First Thessalonians 5:16 through 18. Appreciation, gratitude, and thanksgiving, the motive power which attracts and magnifies the hidden potentialities of life. Science of Mind, page 637. This is a living, breathing, pulsating universe. Everything lives in and from the glory of the one life. Everything radiates from this one glory. Science of Mind teaches us the importance of gratitude. We include a statement of thanks in each prayer, meditation, or spiritual treatment. But we must also include a feeling for and understanding of the statement of gratitude. When Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead, he thanked God for answering his prayer before he had even made the prayer. Then he added thanks that God always fulfilled his prayers. This is a true understanding of Thanksgiving. Our gratitude for divine good must be just as enthusiastic and affirmative as Jesus's was. Let us realize that Thanksgiving, in essence, means appreciation. And along with appreciation, we might include recognition and remembrance. We must recognize the good that comes to us and to others. Let us always remember our good experiences and blessings in those moments when we feel limited. There is no greater experience of unity between us and our God than this quiet inner communion of thanksgiving. I am now dedicated in heart and mind to an attitude of appreciation, recognition, remembrance, and thanksgiving for the bounty of divine good which is forever mine. I am appreciative of the pleasant experiences of life which pour forth to me right now. Through even the simplest joy, I know I am one with God and God's good. Thank you, Spirit. And that is William Miller. William Miller. Okay. And one of the things that I'm reminded of, and I believe it's Meister Eckhart who said it, if the only prayer you ever say is thank you, it will be enough. And I've done that when I've done openings for our Thanksgiving Eve service, where I ask people to tell me all of the different languages which they can say thank you. What are all of the different ways that you can say thank you? And that it's actually one of the, when you go see a practitioner, frequently the practitioner will give you homework. Well, that's one of the homeworks that will frequently assign as a gratitude journal. One of the stories that I tell, and I have permission to tell it because it's my partner, is he was just feeling a little, down. He just wasn't feeling life and, what have you. And, I turned around one day and went, and he said to me, "Hey, you know what? And I suggested, I said, well, why don't you keep a gratitude journal? Write down 1, 5, 10, 20 things, and do it every day that you're grateful for. Find the good. And, about a week later, he had perked up and he actually said, thank you. That really helped. And that's one of the things, when I do one of the quotes that I like to use from Ernest Holmes, open the windows of your soul, allow the breath of heaven to remind you. I say, one of the ways that you can do that, one of the ways to open the windows of your soul, to feel that breath of heaven, is to take Emma's advice, look for the good and praise it. And that's what Thanksgiving is about. And anytime you feel down, limited, as he said, as William said, anytime you feel like there's not enough, then count your blessings. I mean, how many, I remember that phrase growing up, count your blessings. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about, remembering, even when things look, because I mean, it's kind of dreary and gray out there, but here's where I'm happy about the rain, even though it cut my walk short, because we really need the rain. So I'm grateful for the rain. I'm grateful for all of the things that the rain is going to do. So even when we're dealing with things that we are non-preferred in the moment, it's like, but I did get part of my walk, so I'm not unhappy about that. It's like, but I'm grateful about all of the things that the rain is going to do. My trees are thirsty. My plants are thirsty. They're getting water. They're getting rain. They're getting something that they need. Is it a minor inconvenience for me? No, not even really. It's not even really a minor inconvenience for me, because there are other things that I could do. And that's one of the things, is when we look at things and we see a minor inconvenience, and then we start looking at all of the good that they can do, then we might catch ourselves and think, well, is this really an inconvenience for me? Or I have an abundance of choices. There are other things that I can do. And that's the way that works. That's the way Thanksgiving works. Thanksgiving opens our mind and our heart to other possibilities. So, why not start the month of, and that's what's about to hit all over Facebook. The gratitude challenges for the month of Thanksgiving, for the month of November, where they absolutely do try and post one thing that they're grateful for on Facebook every day. I know a number of my people who will do that. Have I ever participated in it? No, because I'm not consistent enough for that. And I know that about myself. Am I grateful? Do I enjoy reading their gratitudes? Absolutely. And so, that's where we are. Gratitude, the power of gratitude. And I like that he includes appreciation and remembrance. And what was the other word that he was using? Appreciation, remembrance, and there was a third one. Along with appreciation, we might include recognition. Okay. Because appreciation, recognition, and remembrance. And that's one of the things that is really key to life, appreciation. And there are so many ways that we can do it. You can appreciate good art. You can appreciate a good friend. You can appreciate that life is pretty amazing when we're willing to stretch out and see what's going on. Recognition, recognizing where it comes from, recognizing that oneness that he's talking about, and remembrance. Sometimes if we sit down and list all the good we can remember, then we kind of look around and life just looks a little brighter, or sometimes a lot brighter. So the month of November ends, with Thanksgiving. And that's why frequently you'll see it in the New Thought, where they'll take the whole month and turn that into a month of Thanksgiving. I am not going to suggest your mission for the month is to post a gratitude every day, but I am going to suggest that perhaps your mission today is to make a list of things that you're grateful for. And you can start with one thing and make the list as long as you want, or, make a short list, but make a list. I would say do a minimum of 5 things. Do a minimum of 5 things that you're grateful for today. That's the mission, should we choose to accept it. Because it leads into the appreciation, it leads into that recognition, it leads into that remembrance, and it leads into that, hey, you know what? Even when life is messy, it's still good. So that's the mission today, should we choose to accept it. I would also suggest, as I always do, to do that loving, kind, compassionate thing for yourself, which honestly, the mission and that mission are the same thing. The spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself, making a list of things that you're grateful for, things that you're thankful for. I mean, you can't get much more loving, kind, and compassionate because it hits all the buttons. It is about self-care because it's about recognizing the resources that you do have, the amazing things that are going on in your life, but it's also about joy because you are finding things to be joyful about. What are you grateful for? Well, you can't help but be joyful about the things that you're grateful for. And so it hits that spiritual practice from both sides of the coin, which is why I suggest it. Self-care and enjoy your life. That's why I say every day. It literally is a spiritual practice. It is about, and I suggest it every day. I remind you every day about it because it is about creating that habit. It is about creating that default setting. It is about creating that first response. It is about reminding yourself that life is pretty good, if not, better than that. It is about taking care of yourself. It is about practicing on yourself. You are a beloved child of God. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. And when you practice on yourself, you create a bank so that when you meet people who need a little extra, you've got plenty to share. It plugs you into that inexhaustible source of love, that inexhaustible source of compassion, that inexhaustible source of kindness. We're born that way. And then sometimes the world trains it out of us. But the good thing is that we can plug right back into it and get it all back and more. So, yeah. Okay. I think that's what I know. All right. Yeah. So you got your mission, Thanksgiving. You got which the mission and the spiritual practice can be the same thing today. And here's the thing, those things that I list, that take a nap, take a walk, take a deep breath, enjoy dessert first, all of those can go on your list because they're really, those are things to be grateful for. So, yeah, I don't know where I'm at. I'm a little discombobulated now because I'm kind of excited. I like doing these first thing in the morning because then I go to work in a good mood and with a good attitude. All right. Yeah. So the other things that I do suggest, which is to do something to engage your mind and your body. I encourage you to drink plenty of water. Hydration is important. I encourage you to get that early in your day bright light. It may have to be artificial today since the rain moved in. I have no idea when, but it did. Now I'm going to go back and look at the rest of the forecast for the week. I thought I was paying attention. Apparently not. And then I've already talked about it, but open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. It is a quote from Ernest Holmes. And I like it because it is a reminder, because there's that feeling that I get, especially during this time of year, and early in the spring, where you throw those windows open and that light breeze just caresses your skin. That's what I imagine it's like. And Thanksgiving is an excellent way to get that. It's an excellent way to open the windows of your soul. It's an excellent way to get that light breeze that reminds you where you come from. I know we're here for a period of time. I know that we're here, for the experience. But there are subtle reminders and not so subtle reminders of where we came from and where we're going to go back to. So take Emma's advice. Take William Miller's advice. Take Ernest Holmes' advice. Look for the good and praise it. Make those lists and use those lists to remind yourself in the times that you need it. If the only prayer you ever say is thank you, it will be enough. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that's Meister Eckhart. So, that's what I know. Here is where I get to remind you about the social media. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. There's a lot of great content, a lot of inspirational content. Please go look them up. We are on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and we are on TikTok. I haven't pulled, I'm not ready for TikTok yet. Maybe soon. Okay. So I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanting day, a wonder-filled day, a go dance in the rain day. It's not too cold out here. Go dance in the rain day. Find all of the reasons to be grateful today. A Thanksgiving day. A first day. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. As I have said before and will continue to say again, you are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented. It's a state of grace. And it's amazing. And I'm grateful for it. Got it on my list. All right, beloveds, take care of yourself. Know that Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. Tomorrow. And, I forgot about the email. If you want to know what's going on at the center, email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on the constant contact, and the hot links are hot. So, yeah. Know that you're loved, and I will see you next time.